At 9:06 p.m., Nora Bell noticed the light turn on across the street. That should not have been strange. People turn lights on all the time. But the house across from Nora had been empty for 11 years. No family, no tenants, no realtor sign, no maintenance crew. Just a dark, narrow house with peeling white paint and curtains that never moved. The neighbors called it the Holloway House. Nobody knew why. Nora had lived across from it for 3 years, and in all that time she had never seen anyone go in. Until tonight, she was standing in her kitchen washing a coffee mug when the upstairs bedroom window suddenly glowed yellow. Nora froze. The mug slipped slightly in her hand. Across the street, behind the glass, a shadow moved. Not quickly. Not like someone passing through a room. Slowly. Like whoever was inside knew they were being watched. Nora turned off her kitchen light. The shadow stopped moving. Then it turned toward her house. Nora stepped back from the window. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then her phone buzzed on the counter. Unknown number. One text. Please stop looking. Nora stared at the message. Her hands went cold. She looked back at the house. The upstairs light was off. Every window was dark again. She told herself it was a prank. Someone had bought the house. Someone was fixing it up. Someone saw her standing there and thought it would be funny. But then another message appeared. You saw the room. Now it saw yours. Nora backed away from the counter. Across the street, a different light turned on. This time on the ground floor, the living room, and in that window, Nora saw something that made her stop breathing. It was her kitchen. Not a kitchen like hers. Her kitchen. Same table. Same cracked tile near the sink. Same blue mug in her hand. And standing inside it was Nora, facing the window, watching herself. Nora stumbled backward. The light across the street went out. Her phone buzzed again. Do not turn around. Nora didn't move. The house was silent. Her real kitchen was dark. The only sound was the refrigerator humming behind her. Then, from somewhere inside her house, a floorboard creaked. One step, then another. Nora's eyes filled with tears, but she did not turn around. Her phone buzzed. It learns faster when you look. The floorboard creaked again. Closer now. Nora reached blindly for the drawer beside her and grabbed the first thing her hand touched. A flashlight. She pressed the button. Nothing. Dead. Another step. Right behind her. Nora shut her eyes. Then the phone buzzed again. Good. The footsteps stopped. When Nora finally turned, her kitchen was empty. No one behind her. No one in the hallway. No open doors. She ran to the front door, locked it, then checked every window in the house. All locked. All closed. By the time she came back to the kitchen, the blue mug was sitting in the sink again. She did not remember putting it there. Nora didn't sleep that night. At 6:30 a.m., when the sun came up, the Holloway house looked normal again. Abandoned. Dead. Empty. She almost convinced herself it had been stress. Almost. Then she saw the curtain move. Second floor. Left window. Just a few inches. Enough for someone to be watching. Nora called the police. 2 officers arrived 20 minutes later. They knocked on the Holloway house door. No answer. They walked around the side. Checked the windows. One officer spoke into his radio. The other looked back toward Nora's house. Then they forced the front door open. Nora watched from her porch as they stepped inside. 10 minutes passed. Then 20. Then one officer came back out. His face looked pale. Crossing the street. How long have you lived here? 3 years? And you've never been inside that house? No. He looked back at it. Are you sure? Nora frowned. Why would I have been? The officer didn't answer right away. Then he said, There's a room upstairs. Nora waited. What about it? The officer swallowed. It looks like your bedroom. Nora felt the porch shift beneath her. That's not possible. There are photos, he said quietly. Photos of what? He looked at her house. Of you? The second officer came out of the Holloway house holding a small cardboard box. Inside were photographs. Hundreds of them. Nora standing in her kitchen. Nora checking the mail. Nora carrying groceries. Nora asleep on her couch. Some were recent. Some were older. Older than 3 years. One photo showed Nora as a child, standing in front of a house she didn't recognize. On the back, written in black marker, were 4 words. She moved in again. Nora didn't understand what that meant. She didn't want to. The police searched the house for the rest of the day. They found no one. No furniture except one chair in each room. No food, no bed. No signs anyone had lived there. But in every upstairs room, the wallpaper was different. One room matched Nora's bedroom, another matched a neighbor's living room, another matched the inside of a house that had burned down years earlier. Every room copied someone, but no one knew how. That night, the police told Nora to stay somewhere else. She packed a bag and drove to her sister's apartment across town. For the first time all day, she felt safe. Her sister made tea. They sat at the table. Nora tried to explain what happened, but every time she said it out loud, it sounded impossible. A house copying rooms, photos from years before, a text from nowhere. Her sister listened quietly. Then she asked, "Did the text say anything else?" Nora pulled out her phone. The unknown number was gone. No thread, no messages. Nothing. She searched deleted conversations. Nothing. Her sister said, "Maybe that's good." Then the apartment lights flickered. Once, Nora looked toward the window. Across the street from her sister's building was a parking lot. Beyond that, a row of small shops. And between two of the shops, where there had never been a house before, stood the Holloway house. White paint, dark windows, second floor curtain. Nora stood slowly. No. Her sister followed her gaze. "What is it? You don't see it?" "See what?" Nora pointed. "The house." Her sister looked confused. "Nora, there's nothing there." Across the street, the upstairs light turned on. Nora's phone buzzed. "Unknown number?" "You left before it finished." The front door of her sister's apartment clicked. Both women turned. The lock had opened by itself. Her sister whispered, "Nora?" The door slowly swung inward. No one stood outside. Just an empty hallway. Then a voice came from the dark stairwell. Nora's voice. Softly calling, "Let me in." Her sister grabbed Nora's arm, but Nora couldn't move, because across the street, inside the impossible house, every window was now lit, and in each window stood Nora. Different ages, different versions. Child Nora. Teenage Nora. Nora in clothes she had never owned. Nora older than she was now. All of them watching. All of them waiting. Her phone buzzed one final time. Only one gets to leave. The hallway light outside the apartment shut off. Something stepped inside. The next morning, Nora's sister called the police. She told them Nora had disappeared from the apartment sometime during the night. No broken window. No signs of struggle. No security footage. Only one thing was found. A photograph on the kitchen table. It showed the Holloway house, standing across from Nora's home. In the upstairs bedroom window, Nora stood behind the glass. Her hand was pressed against it. And on the back of the photograph, someone had written, "She finally came home." 3 weeks later, a new family moved into Nora's house. The Holloway house across the street remained empty. No lights, no curtains moving, no shadows in the windows. Until the youngest daughter in the new family looked across the street one night and said, "Mom, why is my bedroom over there?" And from somewhere inside the empty house, a light turned on. If you want more mystery stories where something normal feels slightly wrong, subscribe to 10 Minute Mysteries